Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ctez. We're back with Real and Uncomfortable. Of course, to my far right, we got my man E-Man Music.
Yes, sir.
But in between that, see, I feel like I can't even really do you justice, because when I went to do a search on this man, we do our
research.
Our research. But this man's list of accomplishments, of affiliations, this man's list of all of the projects that he's been working with and had a part in, even down to some of your favorites. This man has been involved in it all. So please, sir, tell the people who you are, and let's educate the folks for a little bit.
Sure.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to our world.
Yes,
where we make you real and make it always uncomfortable. But my name is Oscar Ofoesho Roberts. I'm also an author. I have a new book that we just released called Plethora, The Never-Ending Beginning. It's my autobiography about just life and the decisions that I made, right and wrong and indifferent. I wrote it when I was in federal lockup. Another twist and turn to my life story. But in going through those transitions and changes, I just decided to put it down on paper as my therapy to help me become a better man and to see myself in the mirror. So I wrote my book as a mirror to myself, kind of like what we remember the time back in the day when Morris Day and our boys come with the mirror, so we all get together.
Yeah,
I use that concept in my book as far as to write a story to help others be able to look in the mirror.
Introspection. Now, starting with the book.
Yes.
The Never-Ending Beginning.
Yes.
Right? I was reading something the other day, and it says, start over, start again, take a break, just never give up, right? And I guess the key to that kind of connects with your book is over time, I feel like we live a lot of lives, right? We start a lot of things, a lot of ventures, even we start journeys within ourselves, right? And I can tell just off the strength of you saying like, something had to happen in life to bring you to the point where you're like, okay, you know what? Let me analyze what's going on here, right?
A lot of something's happened. There's so many levels to the somethings that have happened in our life stories.
Any stories in particular that you're willing to share with the people and just kind of,
I grew up, I was born in Virginia.
Okay.
My background is Liberian, Portuguese, Native American, and Black. My great-grandfather started the country called Liberia. He was the first and the seventh president of Liberia. And my auntie was a jazz singer.
Elephants.
So the flip side, and my uncle's Christopher Williams, I got a lot of strong ties to the music business. But my story is just crazy as far as like the things that made me, that really, really affected me. I was molested when I was younger. Out through some traumatic times, trying to figure out who I was as a man, So, I started gang banging. Like I really
you went through.
Yeah.
Chosen some very, very interesting paths.
Right.
But in choosing those paths, it made me the man I am. Where I'm more relatable to everyone. There's nobody I can't relate to. Not, obviously I'm not a homosexual. I didn't fall down that line.
Right.
But I'm relatable to homosexuals.
Right.
I'm relatable to lesbians. I'm relatable to white people. I'm relatable to Black people.
Right.
I'm relatable to Africans. I'm relatable to Europeans because of the walks that I've taken. I went to the military out of high school. You feel me? Like I chose a lot of different paths to get to me to where I am now. And in going through those, I was like, I was literally sitting in federal prison, and a guy named Bernie Madoff was in there with me. He's a big Ponzi scheme guy.
If you don't know that story, look that man up.
He was in my dorm.
Oh, shoot.
And we used to play cards together. And I was talking about my life. And he's like, man, that's crazy. My life is crazy.
Your life is different type of crazy.
You should write a story about it.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's so crazy is he was in there fighting cancer too, right? He had medical issues.
Yeah.
Because I was at Terminal Island, which is a dorm where they sent a lot of child molesters who was in my dorm with me.
Right.
I slept right above a child molester. You feel me? Or a guy that was in there with child pornography. Who wasn't really a molester, but still, he was in that category where they call him a chomo.
Yeah.
So I was in there with him. I was in there with a lot of, bankers and Italian mob dudes.
Right, like white collar.
You know, like super white collar guys. But
Yeah.
there's also a program called RDAP, the drug program. You know, so a lot of gang members was in there. You know, it was just a big
A mix of stuff.
of people from all over the world. And when Bernie said that, he also was like, yeah, but you know, probably should wait till I die and start talking about me. and I took that. I was sitting there, I was like, because when I was writing my book, I was like saying all kind of stuff. And he was like, Oscar, make this about yourself. He said, yes, you can name drop on certain levels because of the things you've been through, but be careful of the energy you pull into your story. He said, literally, Bernie Madoff said this to me. Like, he was like, don't name drop for the sake of the names. He said, so for me, he said, maybe talk about me later on or in other books or in other stories. He was like, you know, you could talk about the advice that me and Steve gave you. Steve was the guy who was never a child pornography. He was like, but don't really speak on me too much. That might not help you.
Right.
And I was like, man, why wouldn't it help me? But then obviously as I went through life more after getting out of prison, before I put the book out, I realized like how many people really hated this man. I really didn't really understand this man.
Right.
But I really got to know this man. You know what I'm saying? So like I got to know a lot of different men and a lot of different understandings to see how us as society, we judge people. Like the same thing that's going on with Puff right now. The same thing that's going on with Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah, those are big ones.
This is huge. Like I don't agree with Kendrick and Drake. I think they're idiots. I think that's the dumbest move they could have made as hip hop artists with all the money they have to create more dissension and more demise within our people. I don't agree with that. I also don't agree with. I'm not on Puffy's side at all.
Did you see the video?
The video.
Yeah,
It broke my heart.
yeah.
But for any man
Right.
that has ever been with a woman,
Right.
let's look at this, right? When you see that, you also have to look in the mirror and look at yourself and think of the times that you've been with a woman and the times that you've lost character. Like, it's kind of making me choke up a little bit.
For sure.
Because I know I done lost character.
Yeah.
I done beat my woman down, but I done got a little aggressive with my chick. You know what I'm saying? I done done some stuff
Yeah.
that I'm not proud of. You know what I mean? And it's like, so, in seeing how bad he treated this woman, instead of me saying, dang, man, Puff, you like getting involved in all the monotony,
Yeah.
I had to look at myself. Now, if I didn't write this book, not to make like I'm promoting this book, but I am promoting my book, but this book really is therapy, bro. Like, if I didn't write this book, I'd be right there with everybody playing the beef songs all day long, calling Puff a woman beater and an abuser. Yes, he did do that, for sure. That was a very bad situation.
Yeah,
That is not great what he did on any level. There's no greatness to that.
No.
And now this man is going to lose everything he ever worked hard for because of his decisions. But in seeing that decision and understanding the bad decisions that I made and things that I've been involved in, I never beat a woman like that.
Right.
But I put my hands on one baby before.
Right.
And putting my hands on a woman, mine was more into in defense or in trying to control. Like, not really, like not hitting my woman, but we're strong. So you grab your girl, hey, listen to me.
Yeah.
That's not right. You know what I'm saying? You got to let persons control themselves. Now, women, my wife might not agree with me doing this interview like this and being so open with my feelings, but that's the truth. Like, I've done things that I'm not proud of. Have I backhanded a woman and punched her in her face and done all went there with it? Never. Would I do that? Never. Have I been aggressive? Yes. Have I been less than a man? For sure. So in looking at Puff, he makes me want to be better.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to decisions, and especially a lot of stuff that goes on in the media now, it's okay to everybody to formulate your opinions. And of course, I think it's a natural reaction for it to shape your perspective on a person, right? You see these people, you see Puff, and I think it was Slim Thug who recently
He
posted.
apologized.
Yeah, he was one of the first people to come out against Cassie when she first levied her allegation against Puff. And he was one of the people who stood in Puff's defense. Now, again, you know, sometimes people, you may find yourself as information comes out, that you weren't privy to, you know, you find yourself on the wrong side of things. But he did come out, like you were saying, he apologized. He allowed that situation to be a teachable moment, right? And I don't think, first off, to defend Slim Thug, he put in his statements, he was like, he tried to stand, you know, with somebody. Yes,
That's my bro.
Yeah, he tried to stand with Puff before there was. Yeah.
My man. I'll FaceTime that man right now type shit. You feel me?
Exactly.
So like that. Like, I didn't even know but that shows you how much I'm so not that.
No, you're good.
But it shows you how much removed I am from like the news. And I have 1 million followers on Instagram. You feel me? I have a crazy engagement, crazy movement. But I still don't pay attention to a lot of things.
It's easy to get absorbed.
It's important.
I can literally go to my page, right? And if I go through it, when you know how you scroll through,
Yeah.
it's mostly positive things.
As it should be. Your algorithm should be shaped like that.
You have.
I unfollow a lot of girls shaking their butts.
Be aware of that, people.
You know, I
the
changed
stuff that you follow will shape
your mental.
Your mental. Your daily
life,
you wake up,
bro.
like, think about it. We wake up, the first thing we do is open up our phones. You know, even if it's just to text somebody, you may wander over to social media. All of that energy is the first thing you welcome into your day. Now, if it's full of, you know what I mean? If it's full of the shaking and everything else.
Let me take an example. William King Hollis, motivational speaker, right? You go through it. Drug dealers never consume. Everything I scroll through is the biggest mistake I ever made as a parent was letting my children go to public school. Like everything is alignment. When the ego dies, the soul awakes.
Yeah.
This is my Instagram. This is what I'm scrolling through. Healthy relationships. That's because all I focus on the positive.
You have to know, but this is something that I say all the time. Like a lot of people don't realize, but what you ingest is going to affect your life. And people think it's just diet. What you
No. Information.
The social media that you consume when you first wake up and you're on social media and you just eating up with. You got to be mindful of that. Like you mentioned it, like unfollowing the girls and all that.
Yeah,
literally.
he was telling me the other day.
I got a crazy message right here from a thirst trapper. But guess what? But look, let me show you how crazy. Look at how much things changed. This girl's a porn star. We used to be really good friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Her name is Kiara, right? Edwards. Okay. But now look at this. Look what she says to me. First, she says, damn, why the sudden rush to marry? Because she's worried that I got married, right? We're. Then I woke up one. She's like, "Hey, I might need your help with something. I running a little business issue. I would value some advice from the best business person I know." Now, and obviously she got mad because I unfollowed her.
Yeah.
Damn, you unfollowed me. But that all of that turned into me giving her advice, and she asked me how to trust someone, and I told her, I said, "Hey, you gotta, you know." I was like, it's funny you asked for advice, but you still didn't even buy my book. It's a part of my movie. I said, that's weird. But I said, for the sake of advice, I said, do right and pull yourself away from the situation.
Yeah.
Because she wants to deal with somebody that's in her circle and she doesn't know how to deal with it. I said, don't trust them. I said, trust yourself. Told her, don't trust them, trust yourself. Because then trust
It all starts with you.
Everything starts with yourself.
1,000%.
We all want to look at the news. We all want to look at the drama. But when you look at it, you got to look through different eyes, bro.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared to look at it like that, then you need to look at yourself.
And that brings us back to the original point, right? Perception, everything, right? Being able to look at these situations and see them as teachable moments. Yes. You can look at, you know, your perspective on Diddy, right? Diddy, he did something that's, you know, irreprehensible. But you have to think of what led to that. This is not a moment to excuse him, but in your own things, you teach yourself and learn yourself to avoid situations and scenarios that may take you down that road if you happen to be a person who doesn't control your temper, right? Especially men, right? If you're dating women, you have to know to respect them and to be able to contain yourself.
Either be by yourself or you should work on or really, really work on your anger. Or if you have a woman that's soft enough to deal with you the right way, you gotta really
Value her.
woman and value her.
1,000%.
Literally, because I've definitely devalued myself a few times just with the way I talk to women. You know, thinking that you're just God's gift to a woman. You're only God's gift to yourself. You're not God's gift to nobody, because God gifted you yourself.
Yeah,
So it's like you got to really understand who you are and know yourself.
absolutely. And then to the next point, traction, right? As you saw, it starts with you. The energy that you take in, it's also the energy you put out, because that will impact what gets drawn to you. Had a relationship, friendship with that adult film star, right? And the nature of the relationship changes because you change, right? The energy that you started to invoke, it goes from, okay, I'm following you for whatever reasons, maybe superficial, maybe just be what you're putting out, right? To now, it goes from that transition of, oh my gosh, you unfollowed me, why are you rushing to marry, to, you know what? I have to see you for who you have become. I have to see you for the energy that you're putting out into the world. And of course, now that's the energy I have to give you back. That's what you're attracting. So of course, the people who may not have been the best or for the best you, right? They either have to elevate and see you for that,
Or they got to separate it.
or they have to remove themselves. Absolutely.
Frequency, somebody gave me wisdom when they said, when you rise, they're either going to rise to meet you, they're going to fall.
Absolutely.
So that's
for sure.
That's about the frequency. Keep raising your vibration. That really is. That's really true. Like, you know what I mean? That, which is why I'm here with you guys. And you know, there's a lot of different things that people are trying to have me do. I got 2 publicists. They got me doing all kind of stuff. But like people say, I'm sometimes might be being ignorant, but I'm really not. I just know where I want to be and where I don't want to be.
That's true.
I know, and I follow how I feel. So, as popping as certain people might be, I don't see the narrative or understand what they were like. I don't want to do Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do Breakfast Club. You feel me? Like, if everybody else wants to do that stuff, they like literally everybody's like, and I'm not dissing this versus
No.
because I rock with Angela.
They're marketers in the industry.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
But I just don't have. I'm not about to have nobody asking me certain questions, and
Just for the shock value.
Things out of me that I'm not gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Because now we're gonna have an issue. Because see, I'm still a gangster. I might be corporate, but I will still bust you in your mouth. You feel me? I really will. You know what I'm saying? In a suit. So it's like, don't get outside of your mouth.
I'm vibrating high, but I will still beat your ass.
I'm gonna hands all over. You feel me? These hands is rough.
Yeah.
These joints really work. You know what I'm
These
saying?
work.
I don't need a pistol. I'm not about to do all that. 'Cause I don't believe in killing anyone.
Right.
That's is not our job to take.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I've done enough in fighting for this country and and fighting on the streets and dealing with this to understand how precious life really is. You know what I'm saying? I see that within my children. So I need to protect that. You got to protect life. Our job as men is to protect life, not take it.
Right. Now, question: when did the move from? Because of course you've lived a lot of different lives. I'm sure there was a lot of different versions of you.
A myriad.
Right. Yes. So when did the seeds first get planted to realize, like, you know, how important energy was and vibrations were? Did it happen? Okay, so it started early. Okay.
They dropped a lot on me. They were really, really good examples of love and truth, but in the midst of a lot of lies. Same.
I guess.
You know, when I was 17, I found out my dad was my real dad.
That's devastating.
That's what took me into gangbanging and choosing the streets and drug dealing and pimping. Because you understand, I played a lot of different roles in my life. I've had a lot of women on my little stroll. You know, like I've done a lot, bro. And I still have to give my parents the props because I learned a lot from them because they're still married to this day for 46 years, you know? And every lesson was for me to learn. So I never me to blame them for me learning lessons while they were learning how to be parents.
Woo! That
makes no sense.
That's one thing I think people don't put into perspective.
1,000%. As a new dad, once you have a child, you look at things way differently. You look at your parents, you realize that it's not. They're still learning as
they haven't figured out.
They haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
They're still learning. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely an eye opener.
Yeah, man.
Definitely eye opener. It's like a magic experience because I so appreciate you, man. It's me and my girl's first kid, so it's like it's also bringing us closer because we're enjoying the magic together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's I can't even put it into words. Like when I think about it, I want to be with him right now. You feel me? Like it's a different type of feeling, and I feel like everything that I've learned in life, every lesson, brings me to this point. Like now, what I've learned, I get to bring that and pour it into somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So my main thing was always good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. I think by looking at my son, you're gonna be able to tell whether I was lying or if I was being honest with the good vibes.
Oh, that's it, right?
You dig what I'm saying?
You're a product of, I mean, cliche, but product of your environment.
1,000%.
And, you know, when you're with your parents, whether it's other influences around you, they kind of shape you. But I've always thought like there's a duality to it.
Yep.
Because like you can be with somebody who may not have had it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like, you know, for you guys out there, you might have had a parent with a substance abuse issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see the ones who gravitate to it because they feel like they couldn't avoid it, or the ones who see that and they're like, nah, I
Run far away from it.
can't run far away from it. But then you see the ones who have had that guidance all their lives, and it reflects in the way that you even treat people too.
My ass was a college. I got it for a minute. I was that, now smoking weed, doing coke, all that stupid stuff. And my parents didn't do none of it. I had a drink, do nothing. But in the pain and the anguish of life,
Yeah,
I chose
ways to cope, right?
definitely ways to cope. Definitely ways to cope. And that's why you really, really never know where it's going to happen or where it's going to come from. But you also never know how you're going to change until you decide to change.
Yo,
Like you really got to do that. That's the best advice I can give any human being, not just being a man, is to look in the mirror and take notes. Write it. You got to write it down. You got to write it down. You got to visualize it because thoughts are things.
Yes, sir.
So when you think it, you turn it. You
become it.
This was a thought. This was a thought. This cup was a thought.
Nah, it's not. I say it all the time. Your thoughts become the words that you speak. The words that you speak become your habits. Your habits literally create
space around you.
You feel me? So the main thing, you really got to be mindful of what you put inside of here, which leads back to social media. People scrolling. What you putting in here on the daily.
Look, man, look at all the stuff that you consume on the daily. Hopefully, you know, they impart some good messages to you, motivational. Maybe you're learning from other people's journeys. Make sure that you know, involve yourself in things that are going to help enrich your human experience. I kind of wanted to get back to that. You said that, you know, of course, the devastating realization that, you know, father that you knew wasn't your own father.
Yeah, boy.
And then you moved into, like, we'll say certain environments that we'll call low vibrational, a little bit. You know,
terror. I became a real mob boss. Like I really took that whole gangster perspective, and I even turned it into something even crazier. To the point to where I'm still super, super connected at this point. I've created a whole world, but in creating that world, I've also reformatted it. You have a lot of love and peace at this stage now.
That's where I wanted to get to.
I'm still with all mob activities.
But it's a process.
Because there's things that must go accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in order. So that's one thing that I did learn from understanding organized crime and the organized organization movement, because not just crime isn't just down things organized. Corporate structure.
Yes.
It's a bigger. That's the biggest
conversation.
Once you start to understand that,
Yes.
yo,
So like, just when I studied the Italians and their ways, that's politics.
Yo, that's exact. I wanted to get there, right? Because I call them low vibrational environments, but they taught you things, right? And this is not to say like, oh, Tez is over here promoting X, Y, Z. No, the idea is that I studied sociology for a while, right? And one of the biggest things is when they talk about environments that are not really considered productive, low resource environments, people become innovative. Right? And those same individuals who you may think of as criminals, thugs, gangsters, they adopt corporate structures that allow them to create the order necessary for success and raise where they in their world, right? And yes, it is maybe by nefarious means or things that you may not agree with morally, right? Morally questionable situations.
Definitely.
But they end up learning principles that run parallel with politics, that run parallel with businesses, that run parallel with all of those situations. And not for nothing, a lot of those people, had they had the resources, may have been and probably should have been as successful as the ones who we look at the top of these business owners, right?
Most drug dealers, all they were was CEOs.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
With their team and their
Structure.
movement.
Exactly.
It was just a business on a whole nother level.
Exactly. You manage your staff, you manage product and manufacturing.
One thing that bothers me is now that weed is starting to become legal.
Oh my God,
all
bro!
the people that went down
I'm about
because
to
of
flip
weed.
the table. This is crazy.
But they're supposed to be out of jail. Though. It's crazy.
Yes, thank you.
But not just out of jail. I think the government needs to give them a check.
Yes, no, absolutely.
yeah.
Like
Definitely.
for the people who strictly stayed in weed and were successful and were taken down, now y'all want to legalize it?
Now I think
You know what I'm saying? Like run them a check,
just
bro.
like the old African Americans.
Yes,
they
reparation.
They owe a lot of prisoners because you know what I'm saying. Also, like I'm a U.S. national. I'm not a regular citizen anymore. I changed my status, so I'm on. I'm on like the do not detain list. They really can't arrest me unless it's like something.
almost like
Crazy,
diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, I'm under common law. So I'm saying I'm just like Donald Trump. I'm of the republic. The jure republic of America, which is a real American. Because when they abolished slavery, all they did was turn us all into slaves. So if you're a citizen of the United States of America, you're a slave.
Yeah, there's some deep stuff in there too. Talk about social security numbers and all of that other stuff.
My status right.
Right.
It's the little thing. I don't even carry a driver's license like that. Because
Carry the
this is the United States of America. This is a passport card. I got all four stuff.
Open to all the information.
No, I'm joking, but I got four. I don't care what I want them to see what my journey is. I want you to know it's official. You can zoom in on that. I'm a 4-star republic. You feel me? Of the United States. This is the Department of State. This is the highest form of government.
Yeah, actually, I'll probably say I
You know what I'm
dare you
saying?
to try to steal.
When I
that.
get pulled over, I tell a cop, hey, officer, I'm a U.S. national, traveling in my own capacity. Check this out. He runs it, do not detain. Bye-bye, have a good day. Yeah, have a good day.
That's fair. That's fire, bro.
literally.
That's fire.
Yeah, I'm not playing no games.
We can get into how you even accomplish that and become that.
But my boys are calling the biggest stepper. You can Google him. He has like 100 million views on TikTok. You call him the biggest stepper. He's from Virginia, like me. He's the one that taught me a lot about this, about discharging that, because all crimes are commercial.
Yeah.
Saying all crimes are actually commercial. All, not some. You know what I'm saying? It's House Joint Resolution 1962. You can pull it up. In 1933, America took away the gold standard. In 1971, they took gold away permanently.
Kind of the fall of our economy.
Every single debt is an obligation of the United States of America. But yet, they got us working jobs. They got us doing all of this stuff to keep us in a trained
Taxes.
thought process. Taxes
That's
are
the
illegal.
biggest scam, bro.
The IRS is actually illegal.
It's the biggest scam ever. Like when you really think about
They're your fiduciary, but they're
I mean, when you do
they're supposed to be handling the business.
for sure.
Yeah.
When you think about what we get taxed on,
Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, those are all illegal. They're all illegal.
right. The amount of
When you
times you
sign a
get taxed.
contract, that's the payment.
Yeah.
Remember I said that. Everybody do your research. I mean, because people still won't. Look at all the stuff we drop. I guarantee you, they still won't do it because it's just our people perish for lack of knowledge. We don't read.
Say that again.
But I'm telling you right now, all crimes are commercial and all debts are an obligation of the United States of America. Okay? Just understand that by itself. Look that up. Look up maritime law. Look up statutory law. Look up the Article 1 court or Article 3 court. When you go to court, more than likely they're not even Article 1 or Article 3 court. They're not even legislative. They're tricking you with contracts because you sign that paper. You feel me? When you sign for a car, an auto loan, once you sign it, that's the payment.
even a mortgage.
When you sign a mortgage, if you look at page 10 to 12 of your actual mortgage agreement, if you go to your mortgage agreement, your house is already paid for.
Yeah.
So you're paying that monthly loan.
The interest.
You're only just paying to keep the lights on for the company
That's it.
that charges you the loan. Because when you sign the contract, it's turned to a securities, and that security is traded on the open market. They go to the little private windows they got, and they release the funds to you. Okay. those funds are paid to the car dealership or paid to the home loan company in full as soon as you sign that agreement. Okay?
That's why they're able to trade off your
That's
debts
also
to
why they're able to take
collections
your
and
house
things
from
like that too.
Because you don't have the deed.
You don't have it. They hold
You
on.
don't have the land. You don't have the water rights. You don't have your information in order. And you gotta understand, bro, I'm 46 years old and I just started learning this stuff a few years ago. My boy that does this been doing it 20 years. You know what I mean? But since understanding this now, I'm starting to meet Masons and having talks with them. I'm starting to meet like white folks that are U.S. nationals. You feel me?
They knew this well before.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they've been on it.
They wrote the code.
Look at the Jewish community. Look at most of the Jewish communities, bro. You want to know how they own the whole cities and all the stuff in L.A. and America, all those places. You see them walking. I passed a whole bunch of Jewish communities as I walk up here to see the Jews. Everybody walking around on Saturday, chilling. But what's so funny is only some of them that know enough. They keep their own people enslaved as well. Well, it's a lot of ways. People are not going to like some of the things I'm saying because the truth is
The truth is uncomfortable.
Truth is uncomfortable.
but this is really the truth. Like I'm not talking just because I'm talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm telling you is backed.
Google it, search it.
I'm also part of the Mara tribe, they help me make sure I'm tax exempt. This is my Mara Republic driver's license for my Aboriginal status. This is Condoleezza Rice is behind this. You know what I'm saying? This is shout out to my sister Kena. She's the CEO of this company and the head of this tribe. This is called the Mara tribe. This is deep. You can look her up on Instagram. I think she's even in my bio. You can look her up and you can pay your $9.50. You can pay a little $50 fee and sign up and become a part of the tribe. I got a 99 number from my company. They tax exempted my company, all of that through the IRS. So I'm telling you right now,
Wow.
like I got real game, and my game is definitely to be sold.
Yo.
But in selling it, just buy the. I mean, I don't talk about it in my book, but buy the book and holler at me because you can holler at me, and I will definitely drop some.
There's some gems here, man.
I'll give you some URL codes to look at. I'll give you some links to look at. But this is real knowledge. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you can learn how to discharge debt and do your stamp duties and pay your bills with canceled stamps and your Social Security number in your red thumbprint. Like I'm telling you stuff that nobody even knows, but the people that do know. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear that. They don't want me telling you this. Yeah. But I don't care what they want me to do anymore.
Right.
Because it's not about that. It's about what we do as people. And we're not standing up together enough. And I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about people.
People.
Because
in general.
I mean, no disrespect. I'm not doing turkey drives. I'm not about to be in the hood hanging out. I'm not feeding the homeless. I'm not saying I won't help.
But there's different ways to help.
But
different ways
But people of my understanding don't need to be straddling. Because therefore, like Nipsey Hussle, you get taken out by those vibrations. You understand?
Yeah.
Just like Tupac, you get taken out by those vibrations. I'd rather do shows, speak on things, and then you gotta come holler at me.
No, that's exactly.
You gotta find me.
Attract.
I'm not about to be telling you where I'm about to be at. We're not about to be doing these whole movements where everybody needs to know what I'm doing. No, I'm cool. Yeah, we can promote. I'm gonna be in Dubai. I'm gonna be in Honduras. I'm gonna be in Africa. I'm gonna be in Liberia. I'm speaking on a panel. I think July 25th in DC for Liberia. I just spoke at the United Nations a few months ago out here and at the Nigerian consulate. Like, I'm about bridging the gaps between the 1% and learning from them.
Okay.
So I can actually help my 99.
So I got
I'm cool. I'm trying to be. My mission is to stay with the 1%.
Right.
But
help
the 99 get up to where now it's 2%, it's 3%,
Exactly.
4%. See, y'all not getting me. Some people thought that, like I did an interview on my boys' TV show called Dope Live in TV. Shout out to Gary Gray. My publicist, Katina Fields, put that together for me. And they kind of, I think people mistook me when I said I'm not doing like food drives. And she's like, what do you want to do back for your community?
Yeah, that's not
really
it,
what
though.
I do for the community is nothing.
Well, that's it, though. People are
Seriously,
limiting. They
I don't want
limit
to
the
do
way they
anything
think
for the
about it.
community, but give you the knowledge so you can get out the community.
Yes. That's it.
not where you're supposed to be at.
Right.
There's more
Life is
there's more value in that.
Thank you.
Bro, life is meant to have fun. God made us to have fun. Why are we charging money for things that's free?
Can you? Okay, hold on.
You know what
Speaking
I'm
of that too, I don't know if you're aware, but even in New York, they started congestion pricing is about to be a thing. So where it's gonna be to the point
It's
where
a
you
thing
gotta
already, bro.
actually probably maybe even spend like 50 to 100 to even get
to
to
get
the
to the
city
city.
and be there. And this is if you work there, if you live there, whatever the case may be. So I think what you're saying, like people listen, right? The idea is to not be just stuck there, right? The idea is to elevate beyond that. But I will ask you one question, right? What are some of the first steps people can take to like prepare themselves to even use your resources? There's a lot of resources out there. You know, we have a couple we can talk about later, but for now,
Get me to 1 million books sold by July. Literally. Show me that you really care about the story and about what's happening. Not because I need the money, but because I need the message out there. I need folks pushing the line for what this is. I mean, you know, think about it. They're paying for Netflix. They pay monthly.
true.
They go to the movies. You know, you go to church and throw money in that plate for something you don't understand. I mean, my dad's a pastor. I love the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But
People's understanding of what that is.
but that's a misunderstanding to throw money in something that you don't even fully understand. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The money should be the money's there. This is not real. So why are we breaking ourselves for somebody else to be elevated when we're not elevating each other? So my thing is, elevate this story.
Mm-hmm.
Do your research on your status. If you need the understanding of your status, obviously my Instagram is at Ofoesho, Ofoesho, or you can go to my website, ofoesho.com, Ofoesho.com, or you can type in my name, OscarLRoberts.com, OscarOfoeshoRoberts.com. It's all going to lead you back to Ofoesho.com because I control my domains. I got my trademarks, so, you know, or my other company, Godnetics, because this ain't just genetics, it's Godnetics. I'm building an entire movement of understanding. Like I say, our people perish for lack of knowledge. We don't read, we don't share. We're very selfish, and this ain't just black people. This is just these are the 99%.
Wow.
We're so stuck in a rabbit race, in the rabbit hole, running behind a check.
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine if we just stopped working. Then what?
There'll be power. There's power in that. There's power in that. But when you have
everything.
when you've leveraged people's survival on those things, that's where you get, you know, that issue.
But that's how you create. That's why people are still slaves.
Mm-hmm.
See, slave starts in the mind.
Yeah, it does.
So if you set that alarm, you get up, you get your butt up and run to work, don't you?
Right.
Okay. Now imagine if you set that alarm and you got up and start talking to your kids and you took walks with your family. Imagine if you got up and you just lived your life and you know you didn't let your kids get through shots, the blizzard shots, and get down and become retarded because they're putting chemicals in your body to reduce your life. Come on, bro. I actually can go for a very long time.
Well,
for my people, but
that's
I'm
fact.
not paid enough.
Right.
And it's not about the money. It's about us understanding what the power is behind what we're doing, bro. It's like I want an island. I want my people all on an island doing some other stuff. Like that's why, you know, I'm going through the process of getting a lot of my statuses changes, getting all my citizenships. You know, my wife, she's Russian Armenian. So my goal is after I help her get her papers, after we know he's recently got married, but she's still not fully legal.
Yeah.
So after she gets hers, I want to give her a Russian passport. I just got my Liberian passport. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy?
Jay-Z said it best. I got 5 passports. I'm never going to jail.
Yes.
Hello, play the song back. Everybody got that record.
There's a
man
lot of
said,
lessons.
I got 5 passports. I'm never going to jail.
Yo.
Why did he say that? You remember a guy named Jay Electronica? Everybody remember him? Well, he's a U.S. national. You know, he ended up getting one of the Rockefeller daughters, remember? And he got like what, $50 million out of her. That man's a U.S. national. He understands a lot. He brought that information to them brothers over there too.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying anything outside of the ordinary what it is, but people know that I know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's about
And I learned this from research. I learned this from people that I'm around, and I also learned this from things that I've seen. You know, you see Kanye, you see what's they got out, Jeff Bezos. You see,
No, a lot of these billionaires are doing it though. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? That's how they got the billions.
Yeah.
No such thing as a $40 billion loan.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just really think about it, bro. Just really, you know, we gotta really get that coalition together, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why Trump has so much power. That's why Joe Biden got so much about these. That's why Obama got. Just look at these guys, bro.
it's a different bucket.
It's the Republican and Democrat don't mean nothing.
No. When you're operating on another level, you're operating on another
Operating
level.
you're moving in private. Operate private.
That's it.
And I'm saying I'm speaking to you publicly to show you how to move privately.
Say that again. That's good.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know,
Speaking to you publicly to show you how to operate
privately.
privately.
Trust me, I'm not going to give too much of this out.
Oh, this is already a lot. This is already
This is
a
mad.
lot.
I guarantee you, when
Please do your research. This is already a lot.
Sherry Shepard put me on her show, when Jennifer Hudson puts me on their show, they're probably going to just be talking about the book. They already have a list of stuff that they want to talk about. And then some of them might have Googled me and looked stuff up and been like, oh, God.
Yeah.
We definitely can't let them talk about that.
Yeah. Look, man.
But I can't wait to do Sherry Shepard because I love her. I can't wait to do Jane Harris. I can't wait to do Kelly Clarkson. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because Sherry Shepard I'm supposed to be on her show this week. But they have 4 episodes left, so she's going to put me on next season. But they're going to film it probably like in a couple months or whatever. But I'm going to do all of these big shows, and I'm going to drop jewels on every single one. But I'm definitely not going this far because you guys, I'm looking at y'all, I'm looking at him in this room, and I'm looking at what you guys got going on, and I believe that if you knew even a percentage of what I knew, y'all be in a better position already. So therefore,
We're working on it.
I must drop certain things to make you understand that it's not just you guys.
Sure.
You weren't just curious. You don't just feel we have God in us, so we know something ain't right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why, I mean, look at Puff. I mean, look
Yeah.
a man does things because they don't understand how to move. Yeah. And then you're so lost in yourself, you feel like you're that powerful, that big enough where you can just hurt
people around you.
But hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
There
Okay?
you go.
So that man is confused.
Yeah.
That man is hurting. And him hurting, he drastically hurt
Somebody who was supposed to be close to him, dear to him.
very close to him, and it wasn't worth hurting her.
No, absolutely not.
There's no value in that because now he's losing everything, all his value. Now his children, that last name.
Yeah, they're gonna have that's marred by what's going on. It destroys your whole legacy at this point.
Before you should be able to say I'm a puppy and it was you walking right to the door.
Yeah, now it's like a.
Now imagine how they gonna feel when they say, "Yeah, my name is Christian Combs. My name is Justin Combs." You get
Look sideways.
it's like, huh?
Or you're always gonna have to explain or answer to that, answer for that.
You gotta speak on the good from your father because there's
There's gonna be a ton of.
You understand, bro? There's good in Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Okay. There's good in Hitler. Okay. There was good in Gaddafi. You got to really pay attention, bro. I'm not saying this to create any level of enemy. I'm just saying the facts because facts ain't feelings and feelings ain't always the truth. Okay.
Massive.
Remember that facts ain't feelings and feelings ain't always the truth. So all of this emotional stuff, everybody's moving with emotions. Everybody's moving with negative drama. All of these different feelings. Instead of looking in the mirror and figuring out how you can change yourselves, so therefore you can be a change for this world. Literally, from the reporters that are bad-mouthing, doing people down, everybody wants to, they look at the news, they pushing all the violence, all the drama. Why, you got to push greatness.
Yeah.
You gotta water greatness. Greatness waters greatness. That's why you keep being great. You gotta water it. You can't just be great and expect the tree to grow just by itself.
What did we say earlier, man? The patterns, right? You got to have the thoughts. It turns into words. Your words become your actions and your habits. Right, habits. And you have to be able to be consistent with those things.
You got to edit your mind. You got to edit your mind accordingly.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So this is why I drove 45 minutes an hour from my beautiful hotel in New York, with my beautiful wife laying there in the bed. to come speak on. I didn't know nothing about your podcast like this.
Sure.
All I knew is that a great brother gave me a great opportunity to speak about greatness. See, we have to see the path. You know, when I did Dope Live and TV, you know, that I pull up that they said that was the best interview in 4 years of their show. That's the best interview that's ever been on their show. To the point to where every day they promote my book on their show now.
Yeah.
Since I've been on their show, they literally promote my book every single day. Okay? Now imagine for us to move like that with each other.
Yo.
And keep
Every
that
level.
on every level though.
Hold on.
Let my book be a platform for
Yeah.
understanding how to push each other, bro.
Yes.
And not to interrupt
How
you,
to push
bro.
this man have to have a line outside that door. Look how
support.
he's smart. This ain't no dummy behind no behind that.
That's the guy. Come on, JT, talk to
JT, talk to the people.
Like this is a strong
Green beef,
African
come on, man.
American.
Yeah.
You understand? Black and white is a color code.
Yes,
so
sir.
we gotta stop even calling each other black.
Right.
You're not black, because black is a curse. Because if you want to get technical, my color code is white. Not because I'm a white man, but because that's the color code of greatness. If you're white, guess what? If you're black, you're more likely to get pulled over. You're more likely to go to jail. You're more likely to get fired. And you're more likely to lose. But if you're white, you're more likely not getting pulled over. You're definitely not going to jail. You're definitely going to get away with everything.
That's
These
the
are the
uncomfortable
environments
reality of
yeah,
America.
it's
the
the truth.
environment that's been
It's a color
created.
code.
As much
there's
as-
no black and
but
white people. That they made that to destroy us.
Even when the cops be talking about, you know what I mean, on their little bleepers or whatever, when they talk about,
Yeah.
Come on, man.
you know how the situation's gonna go depending on what they say on their little
the code,
walkie-talkies. You feel me?
bro.
Right.
African American man.
It's about to go left.
Wait,
Yeah.
they always say that black man running down the street
It's-
with a hoodie on.
Yeah.
The man can just be running down the street,
Jogging.
headed to
Chilling.
work.
Yeah.
But because he's running fast and he might have bumped somebody, a black man running down the street with a hoodie on. About 25 cops pull up.
Suspicion
Hold on.
automatically.
Now let's just cross the street. White man running down the street with a knife and a hoodie. Bro, it'll be
Hold on, he's mentally disturbed.
It'll be one cop.
Let's stop.
It'll be two
One
cops.
cop trying to talk to
It'll
him.
be, it'll be a lieutenant coming out there, man. It'll be lieutenant.
White shirt. Let me get the
It'll be lieutenant. Hey, excuse me, sir. Can you please put the knife down?
Right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Please.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's the uncomfortable
let him be a
reality,
black
bro.
man with nothing on him.
Bro.
A black man, quote unquote, with nothing on him, and he reach in his pocket, he getting lit up.
Oh my God.
It just happened. The dude, they came to his apartment and just
He getting lit up, bro.
crazy.
I mean, well, that
But
was
the
they
same white
busted
guy,
the
the
doors.
same white guy go to his pocket, and he'll pull out the gun, and they still won't
They
shoot
still
him.
won't shoot him.
Or they'll shoot him in his leg. They aiming. Why?
Taking
think
a
about
life.
it. Why are these cops? This is the truth.
it's a training.
Why is when a cop is going after a black man, regardless, they aim, they shoot to
Shoot
kill.
to kill, center mass.
But why is it when it's a white person, they shoot to injure?
They barely shoot.
Bro, they shoot to injure though. You know how many bank robbers? I used to pull it up when I was in prison. Like I used to pull up the cases, and I would be in there looking at the guys that are in the infirmary with crazy wounds, barely making it, and the white dude that either got beat up a little bit and put in handcuffs, or he might got shot in his leg. And I'm talking about, bro, my first week in prison, my cellie was in there for terrorism. He was Muslim, right, from Afghanistan. Bro, and it's 7 days into being in prison. Guess what this man does? He wakes me up. He's, I know you gotta remember my story. So this is crazy. He woke me up in the middle of the night. Brother, I finished. He slit his throat and his wrist in front of my face in my cell. Okay? I had to save this man's life. Everyone wanted me to let this man die. They banging on the door, bro, let him die. But you gotta understand, I'm a black man in the cell with this dude.
Right.
So even though the cops wanted him dead, everybody wanted him dead. If I let this man die, I'm doing a life sentence.
Yeah, it's going to look on.
Shit, I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Yeah.
And he wrote a suicide note and everything. And we found that after the fact, I saved his life though.
Yeah.
The judge gave me what they call a downward departure. He took like 6 years off my
He's off for the 10th.
You feel me? I don't know if you read that or not, but when y'all gotta read my story. Crazy. I'm telling you right now. If I just flip, bro, do me a favor. I'm just, not to promote my book, but just flip a page and just read. Watch how crazy my joint is. You flip a page and go and read a little bit from there, and watch how I message you up. And then you flip a page and just pick something and read. I guarantee you, you gonna be like, what the hell? Don't be that's where I stop because I'm reading it.
Oh, you're reading yourself? Oh, okay. Okay. He said, hey, hold on.
Yeah.
I got you.
But- And you can read it out loud. It showed you how intriguing the joint is, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to try to find what I was because we did buy the book. We did make sure. So I was trying to find where we was at. Damn, I got you. Okay. Now, mind you, again, my man has many phases in life. You said you have a family that like stages of family too, right?
Yes.
So, if you're a man out there and you're talking about how you're growing, you have your own kids and things like that, the transitions, different things when you're moving in life. This is a part where you, I guess you were just leaving to California to see your daughters and moving to Atlanta to continue to create a legacy. You said Sean Young decided to move in with you as well. Seemed like a great idea at the time. So you drove to Los Angeles and spent about a week with your children to spend time with the family and friends. That time had passed by so quickly that now we're at the beginning of 2008. And as father of three, Yanira, Joel.
Yeah, Yanira and Joel.
Joel. We're living in California at the time with Tavern and Nicole were still in Houston. And then Ariana and her mother, Nicole, were still living in Long Beach as well. I was communicating with Tavern's mother at the time, so I didn't even know I had a new son yet. Okay.
At all.
Okay. So Yanira had tracked me down through some of my friends, and I think I got a chance to see Joel once at this time. Now, can I stop there for a second just to talk about fatherhood is already a thing.
Yes.
When you have a already, that's a thing.
And I buried my first son. My first son died while I was locked up in jail. A week before my birthday. Funerals on my birthday.
Right.
My girl died in a car accident. And then my best friend died in a car accident. All around the same time. Then I lost my grandmother.
Jeez. See, okay.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
It's a whole nother section.
That's exactly. So
feel me?
now, so your life has been like revelations.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Perry.
Yep.
Feel me? You got a little mix of everything going on in my joint. You know, Oprah.
Right. Just a little bit of sprinkle of everything. You could take your whole best daytime TV shows. It's kind of been in. But with that said,
I had a Cosby Show moment as well. Wow. I came home. My dad was like, "Hey, son, to go to church every day." Hey,
and that's to kind of help, kind of solidify. But this is why you said you started this off by saying that your experiences have allowed you to be able to walk into any room.
Any room.
Right?
I don't care who you are.
Right.
I don't care if it's a room full of homosexuals, if it's a room full of lesbians, a room full of white people, a room full of Asians.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. First of all, I'm not about to be acting like you lower than me because I've seen every level of vibration. I had a man play with my balls. You know what I'm saying? I've had all kind of stuff happen to me as a kid.
Yeah.
So I understand the differences. I understand confusion. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17 because I didn't understand fully who I was as a man. And then my first sexual experience, I hated it. I didn't have sex again until I was like 20. You feel me? Because it was the worst thing ever. I was like, what the hell is this? What's
going on?
This is I thought it was supposed to be a good thing. Right. I felt like it was horrible.
Right.
So it was like, that's what I'm saying. Like people, like life experiences is crazy, bro.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, you got to really understand that level.
Yeah. But with that though, you learn to kind of approach every group of people with the sense of relatability and respect. For sure. Right. And with that, I'm sure that they see, again, the knowledge you're able to impart on them because of that. And then not just the national and the tax stuff and everything else and the business stuff. That's which is all great.
I've always been a liar. So I've always been a liar.
You've always been a liar?
I've always been a liar. Because my life was so messed up, bro.
You had to create a false.
I had to literally either exaggerate to make myself more likable, or I had to fully lie to make myself not be the person that I was because I was so ashamed.
I think a lot of people deal with that.
Well,
and I've had to live those lies, bro.
Yeah.
Now imagine having to lie, live the lie, keep up with the lie, and move within the lie.
So when was the moment where you realized I can't keep doing?
I wrote the book.
There we go.
Well, there it is, right? Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
I wrote the book and told the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
But instead of a lot of people in the industry was like, damn, I wonder if O talked about me.
Well, because they worried at that point.
Oh my God,
I did some next shit myself.
Really,
It's like, whoa, am I going to be in the book?
Yeah.
I just wrote it all out and told the truth.
Yeah.
As embarrassing as some of the stuff was, I wrote it. You feel me? And you know, it hurt, but I still had to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still cleaning up a lot of those lies to this day, because in some of those lies, I literally start believing it.
Yeah.
Yo.
I made myself believe lies to block the pain and the hurt. And it's not like I'm not, people call them little white lies, but a lie is a lie. My wife today taught me that. She's like, Oscar, I know you exaggerate things sometimes because you want to be comfortable and you want to fit situations. But when she said that to me, it blew me. I'm like, damn. I said, she don't even know me. Even though she know me 21 years, she don't really know me.
Yeah.
And in her saying that, I realized that she does know me.
I was gonna say it feels like that's like a
damn.
moment she kind of sees through it a little bit.
She was like, Oscar, I love you right now, but I also love you before, and I'm ready to love you after. But just be yourself.
So
That's big.
that's big advice.
My wife told me to be myself. I pray to God that I don't lose this woman. I pray to God that I keep her. And I pray to God that I get to enjoy my wife for the rest of my life, because she's the only woman I want to be with. Right?
That's deep.
But if I do lose her because of the lies and because of me not being strong enough to maintain it, I just pray that people learn from my story to just let it go. And it's a cliche, like say let go and let God, but God is you. So when they say let go and let God, let go and let yourself just be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really, really let that stuff go, because it's crazy. Like I haven't cheated on my girl. I don't, so I'm not abusing her. I'm not doing craziness on that. But, I have been aggressive. I have taught, I've talked to her out of context, cussing at her. But that's, you're supposed to cherish the ones you love.
Yeah.
You got to speak to them with love.
1,000%.
You got to talk to them with that respect and that love. You have to do that. That is a must. How do you expect to call your girl a bitch, or to tell your girl to fuck you or shut the fuck up? Or how do you expect to do that to your woman or to your man and expect it to turn out to be the greatest relationship in the world?
Right. You can't build a house full of love
but
with
see,
statements like that.
No.
That's one thing that early on with me and my girl, like we made it a
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Like respect on both sides, not just her respecting me, but me respecting
And
her.
there's levels to what the respect is too.
Yeah.
Because the woman can actually influence you to speak to her out of context.
Yeah.
And they and in those moments they don't want to my wife was an influence to a couple times me saying
Certain things.
Yeah.
like
You
was
can
it
tell.
right that I said it?
Nah.
But was
Pushing your buttons over.
I'm saying it's not even just pushing buttons. It's like we co-creators.
Yeah.
We co-create in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm not saying it was Cassie's fault that Puff hit her, but she co-created with him. It wasn't just Puffy just beating on his girl. It was things happening between them that led up to those moments. They co-created, and he probably felt like he had that much power over her from the power she gave him. We have to also learn how to control our power and understand that line where we stay even.
It's a tricky one, because people gonna watch this and be like, you're victim blaming.
Yes.
But it's not. I see what you're saying. It's
very tricky.
It's very tricky.
You
gotta read between the lines. Please read between the lines.
And I'm ready for the controversy, because because all you guys want to feed on negativity and drama. But that's why I wrote my book, for accountability.
Yes.
You got to be accountable for your actions.
Well, that's the biggest part, right?
You got to be accountable for your actions, because I read about
victim
stuff
blaming.
about Puffy and Cassie having threesomes with girls and her bringing prostitutes to him and doing all of this craziness. Okay.
You're opening the door.
You're opening the door for the devil to be right there in the midst of your relationship. They say where two or more gather, God is there. So guess what? Two or more gather, who else is there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bringing
Bro, I done had
low
threesomes.
vibrations. Yeah.
I done had threesomes. I done had orgies with 5-6 girls. All this stupid stuff. That didn't make me better.
Yeah.
That brought me lower. That made me look at women like they weren't nothing. You understand? Don't people understand? Like look at Solomon, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? People understand the greatness in a man. He was one of the greatest men ever. He still had so many women, so many concubines, all of this energy, bro. That's not really what it's meant to be, bro. Like, I'm telling you this from a man that has had the most amazing sexual experiences in life. But the best sex I've ever had in my life is with my wife. Right now, currently. Before I came here from the hotel, I made love to my wife. The best feeling in the world. Why would I want 2 or 3 of those in the same bed when they can't give me what she gives me.
Well, that's connection. That's energy.
So you have to wait for that connection. That's why they tell you to wait for it. I wish I would have waited.
But you also got to work for it. You also got to put yourself in a place
You got to
where
work for it, but you got to wait for it.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody out here busting nuts and bending people
Left and
over.
right,
Girls' pussy getting all hot. Everybody want to get out. I have 8 children with 8 different mothers because I didn't wait. And half those kids are suffering because they want their father. Okay? So, and this is me being accountable for who I am as a man. So, judge me if you want to by my opinions, but opinions are like assholes. We all got one. So, you want to judge me for telling the truth. But remember, I told you, facts ain't feelings, and feelings ain't always the truth.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Rogers Jr. for giving me that jewel that I would never drop. You know what I'm saying? But you really have to look at that. Like, my wife might not even like my interview. She might look at my interview and be like, damn, babe, what do you... But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling... And it's not about overexposure. Someone has to understand how to really bridge this gap of confusion together and make people comfortable with the uncomfortable. Your show is called Real and Uncomfortable. So I literally have to be that person to speak the truth. Because I told so many freaking lies, bro. Why do you think I don't even like cussing? That's why, you notice I barely cussing on your show.
It's called growth.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if you read the book, I totally had stopped cussing. So I got out of jail and got right back to it. You feel me?
You keep speaking about the accountability of everything.
Yes, bro.
Right? And that's where I think the message should be taken from all of this, right? Yes, bro. You had all these experiences, and whether we're talking about something as volatile as Puff and the opinions around that, or Cassie and how you view her input, I mean, you guys, the viewers, everybody has mixed situations, and I'm sure everybody's...
Cassie should have never had hands put on her. Not one
Exactly.
time.
And I think we can all agree on that.
But Cassie should have left that relationship
A long time ago.
Right. And now here's the thing with that, right?
You got to know when to leave.
Yeah. There's accountability in all of that.
Girl a long time ago.
He should have,
He should have let that relationship go, and he should have worked on himself until he was ready to be in a relationship.
I think a lot of people do that too.
Oscar Roberts has to learn how to be by himself in moments to be the better man for his wife. Like right now, I drove here by myself, as much as I love my wife, because I have to really understand that, because my wife is with me all the time. So I had to understand that separation so I can understand the value of it when we're together. So whenever my wife sees this interview, whenever her family sees this interview and they see me speaking so candidly and comfortably, they can also understand that I finally get it. Like in this week of being in New York City, and all the things, you would not believe what has happened to me this week with my family and with people that they said they love me. And see, normally you would put it all out there. It's not about that. The lessons I learned and losing probably $80,000 this week and losing probably a relationship with my daughter that probably will never be worked out unless we both make a decision. But I'm going to make the first one.
That's it.
Withdraw myself. I'm going to focus on my wife, but most importantly, I'm going to focus on myself. Now, if you're focusing on me and focusing on telling the truth and focusing on being the truth ends up causing me to lose my wife, I'm still going to stay in the truth. Because we also have to understand that we die alone. So, regardless of how much you love somebody, Corey Timbone told me this, right? She was a Holocaust survivor, right? She was like, hold everything loosely, because you never know what it's going to lead. So all of this, never want to leave you. We're never going to go.
I had this conversation yesterday.
Like,
that's not healthy.
Now, don't get it twisted. I do pray to God. I did pray to God and say, God, when I die, please can I have her when I'm after in the next life, or can I have her after life? I do ask God for my wife after this. I definitely have asked for that mercy, that if for heaven to be real, and for love to be real, please allow me to have this love for the rest of my life after life. Now I love her that much, I could deal with her for eternity. But I love myself enough to be a better man, and to show her greatness, even if it makes her leave me.
That's deep.
And that's
Because in her humanality, I understand. You feel me?
I'm glad you've been able to kind of adopt that view of honesty.
Oh yeah, I got so
And
much.
so-
I got so many tears in
like-
my eyes right now that I'm not allowing to come out.
Right.
I want people to see the strength in me and the control. Even though a couple might have failed and I had to wipe it real fast, I want you to understand the control, because it's not really even good to cry. To be honest, that's a form of weakness. And sometimes you have to get weak to get stronger. So you guys have seen me tremble a little bit and me contain myself, but I'm a strong man, and I'm a man with 10 toes and 10 fingers. Okay, I stand on them. I stand on man principles. I stand on godly principles, and I'm standing with men right now. You know what I'm saying? In a very real and a very uncomfortable situation. But I didn't expect you guys to touch my spirit this way. But then again, I did expect you guys to touch my spirit in this way, because something told me that I met a best friend that was gonna be I feel like we're to be close forever. And I didn't even know this brother. And now I'm like, damn, now I got a whole new team of brothers that I'm rocking with. Like, I feel like, even though I don't know him like that, I feel like now when I come to New York, I will take this drive past Yonkers, where my boy Lil Zane is from. You feel me? Shout out to Lil Zane. That's my bro. We got a whole album together. That was like one of my best friends. He's in my book too. We got crazy history. But I feel like this is another home front. This is another outlet for us to create greatness and for us to water greatness and to build each other up. So, I pray that you guys understand where I'm at with you with it. And we continue to build this as men and have each other's backs as men. We stand on man principles, and we help our children and our families grow to the highest, bro.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it, no one else will.
And that's a fact.
Bro, that's
Yeah, definitely.
a great way to put it, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on the show,
For sure.
being so vulnerable and candid with us.
Real.
Being able to impart
One
gems
of
and
the
stuff.
biggest viral joints ever. I promise you.
It's real.
It might take a while to catch on certain levels. But I got a feeling that when people really watch this and they watch it from top to bottom and then they play it back again and they're watching it,
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, hold up.
you said a lot of things people gonna have to catch up to. You definitely did. You said a lot of things.
sure.
There's so much that, and
Like,
then
call me
even,
Ofoesho.
and then like you guys,
Ofoesho. Because when I came up with the name when I was a rapper, I'm not your friend, I'm your foe. But you got to think about that. FOE. Why would I be your foe? Just let it, instead of having me give you the answer, for those that have watched the video or those that are tuning in, why would I call myself Ofoesho instead of Ofoesho, Sho? Why did I when I wrote the names down on my pad, I had all kind of versions. What made me chose that one? Because you got to understand, you're gonna die alone, dummy. You're your biggest foe. You're the enemy. The enemy is within. The enemy is yourself. God's not the only person that's inside of you. The devil's in you too. It's just about choices.
decisions are everything.
I'm telling you, it's what it is.
Learn.
And I played with Satan and God on the playground together. Okay? Because everybody want to blame it. Oh, the devil made me do it. Oh, God did this. No, you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody made you do it. You made that decision. It was just a bad one if you chose bad. It was a good one if you chose good. They were all decisions that you made because God gave you the freedom of choice.
Freedom of will. Yeah.
And thankfully, we can read about all of those decisions and your new book, Plethora. Please pick it up, guys. I'm still reading my copy.
It's available everywhere.
Amazon.
All over the place.
Yeah.
And
Ofoesho.com is available there. It's everywhere.
And this is definitely something that you want to make a practice of. Support people.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's going to be those people who are imparting knowledge to you that are going to utilize their platform to continue to impart knowledge on you.
For sure.
Hopefully you take something away from his story. Hopefully you take something away from this interview and learn to apply that to your lives. This has been Real and Uncomfortable. I'm Ctez.
Eman Music.
I'm Oscar Ofoesho Roberts,
Yes, sir.
and I approve this message.
Yes, sir. Tune in the next song.
Let's make America great again.
I ain't looking for no handouts to say no. Always stack